here. Right, yeah, you guys are filming and audio.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Slow Burners. I'm Inky Stinky Kev.
It's your boy, Big Steve. Woo! You don't remember that.
Listen, we can debate that. I'm going to do it every time, and we can debate it.
That's my shit right there.
This is episode 3, and we decided to switch things up today. We decided to have a guest. So, before we get into the guest, just want to introduce the strains that we have today and what we're going to be smoking on. So, go ahead. Why don't you...
So I got this from Green Halo. This is called Cream Savers, like the candy. I highly doubt it's associated, but you know, everything gotta have a name. It's tested in at 26.14% in THC, no CBD.
Okay, say that. What else did you grab too?
Also, you know what I'm saying, since it's our first official episode where we are doing, you know what I'm saying, the visual too, I wanted to show off and show out a little bit. So I got this is called Blueberry Muffin. This is
some shatter.
Shatter, 70% THC.
And that's from Venom. Venom ain't one of the like top dogs, you know what I'm saying? But they concentrate it's worth the money. I'm saying they don't break your pockets to get their concentrates.
I think this is gonna be my second time that I personally got the concentrate or to do this, so this is gonna be interesting. I don't think it was tested at 70%.
Nah, not the first time we got it. But without further ado, we would like to introduce the guest, Mr. Ron. How you doing today?
So good.
I know that's right. That's good there.
Mr. Ron is a new friend of mine. I met him down by my job. From the first conversation on, it's just been chemistry and we've been rocking since then. It's thanks to Mr. Ron that we were able to get the strain that we're about to smoke. So I definitely felt it was worth it to ask him to be our first guest, and I'm honored personally to have you, Mr. Ron. So thank you for doing this, because I know you have plenty of other things that you could be doing with your time. But you are our first official guest, and welcome.
Thank you.
So, pardon me, I'm over here twisting up. But if I can, do you partake in smoking marijuana?
Yes, I do. On a regular basis.
When was like the first time you actually encountered marijuana? Like
13.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Where exactly are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
So they got some sticky out there in the loop for sure.
Yeah,
let me see. So you were 13. What did the weed look like back then? Did it look anything like it does today?
No. Looked like dirt weed. Rocks.
What about the high? Was the high as consistent as it is today as far as?
No.
Not even close, huh?
Not even close.
It looked like I don't know. I seen I guess it was a Hot Times magazine where they had the it was like the different strains that they had over the years.
Right, yeah.
And it looked like some complete swag, and there was like it's Afghan Kush and OG and all this, and I'm like, this stuff just looks nasty. I probably wouldn't want to smoke it.
Yeah.
But
what it did was 13. Went into the United States Navy at 20. Started driving cross country trucking at 29. So all the different strains came on
Okay. So you did 9 years in the military?
8.
8? Wow. What branch were you with?
Navy.
The Navy. You know, I actually, when I was a young kid, I was about 15. I wanted to join the Navy, but I had a hand tattoo, and the recruiter told me, like, we can't recruit you because you have. I'm actually thankful that I didn't join the Navy because I don't want to see no type of war or anything like that. So that wasn't for me.
Right.
But
Not
I
everything
appreciate
is
you
for
for
everybody.
serving. True, but I definitely I thank you for your service and
Yeah.
service in this country.
We wanted the same thing, just different places, different names. I don't regret nothing. Nothing.
That's good. I mean,
Marriages.
you look like you've lived life.
And I enjoy it.
That's good. I mean,
Chicago, he's one of my main knuckleheads.
can I ask how old you are?
66.
66 years old. Damn, you got more years on this earth smoking weed than I have existed. Like that's astounding, man. And have you ever like partook in any of the, I guess, like hippie movements or anything like that? So have you dabbled with shrooms?
Yep.
How do you feel about those?
I don't like them as much as everything else.
Got you.
Why is that though?
Shrooms didn't do for me what other drugs have done. So on that, it would be like a closed note.
Gotcha.
What did it feel like to you? Was it a heightened like embodiment? What did it feel like? I don't know. You were tripping, like you could see colors, like you could taste colors and things.
Because one of my nephews asked me that. Hey, what? But
Well,
I only see what my eyes let me see.
right.
Nothing
Okay.
different.
Yeah, I actually. So I want to say it was yesterday, the day before yesterday. I ate a whole shroom and I felt normal. I didn't feel anything crazy, but I did. I went inside the bathroom and I like cut the shower on, and I took a cold shower. Like I just sat down and took a cold shower. I have like this little. It's a night light that's in my bathroom, and the light was blue. The colors was just doing something to me. So I turned some music on and I was just listening to it. I felt like it was a good experience. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I don't feel like it's what everyone. Like I don't think how everybody else described it to be. I don't think that's what it felt like for me. But I did enjoy it.
Okay.
This
You want to try this?
yeah, I'm gonna try that. But this joint right
Matter
here.
of fact. There you go.
Wanna pass it?
Yes, sir. And I just want to take a quick time to shout out the guy that's behind the camera and the audio right now.
Yes, sir.
My guy, the Beat Fortress. Shout out to you, bro. Much love. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
We greatly appreciate you.
For sure. You know, I mentioned it last episode. Like, I was so ecstatic about just being able to get the audio part right. And now look at us. Shining, baby.
That's a fact.
So, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
For sure. So, in case you guys didn't see, took a raw paper, stripped the front of the frontal leaf, and I rolled up with it. In New York, that's generally how we like to smoke. It's just really the way like people smoke. Now I think it's more like a grabber thing that like really hit the city of New York. but-
I'm super good on that whole grabber thing. I always say if you got good weed, there's no reason to add anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, but the frontal leaf is tobacco though, so I mean.
It is, but that I don't know that the shit that you talking about. That's the shit that it looks like grounded up.
Well, yeah, it's basically the frontal leaf. They burn it to make it hard, and then they spread it out throughout the joint. So it's basically like butane. It's
Yeah, I'm good on that.
It's
that
a tobacco leaf that has butane on it, because that's basically what you're doing with it when you're burning it down like that.
That
just
just
putting all that
that just
butane
don't
on it.
interest me. It's interesting to see it be rolled up, but like I'm not personally doing that every time I want to smoke.
Nah, I feel that. I mean, doing the whole strip thing, like at one point in time too, made me come prepared. So I would literally have a bag that had strips in it, so that I wasn't about to sit there and break down the fronto leaf.
Definitely save time.
It do it. A lot of people too. Like, you don't realize how many people waste your fronto.
Mm-hmm.
They'll rip a big ass piece off just to take a little piece off of that, and then they toss that big piece. I'm like, nah,
What
I
you
got
doing?
the strips.
Yeah.
With the strips is that's how we move it. I mean, you can either take one of these. If it's too big, I mean, split it. If it's too small, I don't know what to tell you. Your splits just need to.
You better make it work.
For sure. So, quick question: Where are 3 places that had the best weed that you went to, like in the world, being that you traveled?
Texas,
Texas. That's a shocker.
Singapore,
Singapore. That's like in what, Asia? So that's, okay.
and New Mexico wasn't bad. Oscars.
So I know they got some good recreational weed out there in New Mexico, but I just really hear there's nothing out there. Like, it's not industrialized still. I can't be in a place like that.
But it's growing.
Okay, so it sounds like Tucson then.
Yeah.
Definitely sound like Tucson. They built this city as they went along. Like,
Weed is definitely changing everywhere. I like this. I like this. This is nice.
that's the front table.
This is nice.
Yeah, man.
How you feel about the cigarette?
It's smooth. You realize, like, you don't get that crazy tobacco cough from it. Like, it doesn't have one of those, oh, it's making my lungs hurt.
Yeah.
So you feel like
It's smooth.
the hemp blunts, cigarillos, you feel like that's the
Way
way to
better.
go?
Way better.
I don't really like the
texture.
yeah.
But it takes some getting used to, because you got to understand that that's an actual leaf. That's a plant.
Okay.
So the texture that you're getting is it's authentic texture in a sense. It's just like
I probably just need more time with it. It's my first time getting them, so
I like
I got you. My bad. I'm not lighting jack.
I'm grabbing me
My
now.
bad. I got my own lighter right here too.
It's giving you a single white piece of paper.
That's how you.
Bamboo paper.
That's how you
Or
roll up.
at the time, it was what it was Zigzag at the time, right? That was the only company.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know a little something. You know, I was in the caregiving industry for 10 years, so with that, I've come across so many moms and like uncles and things like that who've been smoking for longer than I've existed as well.
Yeah.
And you know, the stories that they tell us, like some of them went to Woodstock, and it's just crazy, man. Like, it really sounded like a good time for sure. So it's like, even though the world was like in a shitty place at that time, I'm saying they were still in their own little zone. Like, they was able to zone everything out. I think that's fire.
So, Mr. Ron, let me ask you. In total, how long have you been smoking marijuana?
years.
58 years. Goddamn.
Okay. The reason I ask is, how many ways have you ingested THC?
It's a good question. Because at the time when you was, you know, there was only a few things. Like, you got the you probably had like a little bit of hash or something like that, some water hash, and that's probably it, really. Like, probably just some water hash, and maybe some edibles. But you know, they was using the whole plant at the time when they was making them edibles, so they wasn't that strong.
My granddaughter, she has epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And one day we was talking She said, oh, well, you should give thanks to God for the tree. I'm like, girl, get out of here. She said, no, Papa, those trees.
It's here for you and me, baby.
Thank you.
Share me.
Okay. Have you ever taken an edible before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's two different ways that you've ingested THC.
Now, has it been an edible in today's like current weed industry? Like, has it been one of those?
Nope.
All right, we definitely got to get you on one of those,
All right.
just so I can show you the difference of what you probably thought was good. You know, it probably did get you high at the time, but these edibles, you'll feel. It's gonna bother you. You'll feel it. Whether you want to drink, some candy, maybe some chocolates, you might want some pretzels or something like that. They got all that. They have medicated food up in Phoenix, like pizza, chicken salad, wings.
Yeah. See, my wife, my oldest daughter, 2 sons, granddaughter, steered him in the direction. Sometimes you can start out at a young age. We're gonna say 10.
Okay.
Every generation gonna do something different. You know, supersede to think away.
For sure.
You know, God always adapts. What are you doing? Guilty as charged. But you live long enough to have become part of the beginning and the end.
That's for sure.
That's
That's the one thing about life that scares me though. Like, I'm a father now, so I know at some point in time I'm not gonna be there for my son, and it make me depressed thinking about it, because I know right now he look up and I'm a giant to him. There's gonna be some point in life where he's gonna be grown and he's not gonna know how to cope without his dad. I once went through that. I lost my dad when I was 24, and that joint, it like rocked my world. Like I still don't know how to cope. I don't have an elder gentleman in my life to show me how to be a man, I guess. So that right there, that's tough. It's scary for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Easy come, easy go.
for sure. That's
Well-
the one thing that's imminent, bro, is
There you
death
go. Thank
for
you.
all of us. It's just a matter of when.
There you go.
I hate to take the conversation there, but that's real.
It definitely went there.
Mhm.
I want to bring it back because I wanted to ask you, have you ever did a dab before?
Yeah.
You did a dab before?
So you with like a rig? What? Okay.
But a long time ago.
Whew. So this right here is different.
Oh yeah.
This ain't made with butane. That right there is extracted from the plant. And shatter isn't really the best form if you want some concentrate. I think it would probably be either diamonds or probably some rosin.
Okay.
But the rosin is hella expensive. That's just like $90 a gram. But the rosin is basically like fresh pressed from the plant. They squeeze all of it out, and
I mean, we're gonna get there. We'll get there to the point where we could get the diamonds and that one.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? In due time, they didn't think we was gonna get here to be able to have visual or have good audio.
That's for sure.
This is our 3rd episode. Look where we at.
I ain't gonna lie. I was stinging. My fault.
Definitely, that's what, the 2nd time that you was steaming like that?
Steamy lungs. I can't help it.
Well, today I want you to try new school dabs. We're gonna bridge the gap a little bit.
Gotta bridge the gap.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Recently I showed you a video of what happened when this became popular. Or it was just starting to become popular to dab, and the first time I did it, I was with my brother. He
Big
was.
mind thing.
It was somebody that I knew from work that I always seen, but every time I seen him, he used to always come in and get his papers, and then he would leave. But I spoke to him, but I didn't have a personal relationship. So my brother was up the street, and he's like, "Yo, come up the block, come chill with me." I'm like, "All right, cool." It wasn't far, so got up the block. I get there. And they are sitting there with this whole process for the dab rig, and I'm like, that was back in 2015. I had just seen the video because it was a couple videos going around of people that was doing the dabs, and they were like passing out. Corrupt's brother being one of them.
He did a slab though. You gotta understand, a slab is different.
He didn't respect it. He probably did it because he probably did it like that because he had a shitload ton of weed on him, so he probably thought he was just gonna be hitting
Smoking flower versus doing concentrate is completely
you gotta
different.
have the respect.
One, because when you smoking a joint or a blunt,
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain heat level that come off this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you do a dab, you gotta light that bitch for a minute in order for it to get hot. So, and then if it's a high temp dab, that's a lot more heat on your lungs. You taking this big ass slab, and they talk about keep going.
Yeah.
They not even telling you don't hold it in.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hit it,
that's a fact.
let it out.
That's a fact.
Hit it, let it out.
That's what I explained to you about. It's not you don't and hold it in. It's meant to be released.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, like a guy on the telephone.
If you
That's
can't,
the video. That's the video I'm talking about.
if you can't use your nose on the first hit, blow it out that way. Pick your head up, go back down. Try to keep repeating that, but after a while, it's gonna start tickling your nose.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I've done a few dabs in my life. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, I was just able on the computer. I was able to get access to like all the pictures on my iPhone and stuff like that. I got a few videos on there of me hitting some dabs, like where ain't no real cough there. I'm usually a cougher.
Okay.
There wasn't no cough there, so I might just
We might be
post
able
that.
we might be able to incorporate that. So.
Yeah.
But since you sound like you know what you're talking about, why don't you show us?
Come on, like let me just find a torch real
We
quick.
definitely need the torch.
Yeah.
There should be one.
Oh yeah.
Good looking.
I feel like you just calling my lungs out.
I'm not calling your lungs out, but you the one that know what you're doing. You got all this, you know what I'm saying, wisdom on
Not
this.
gonna
So
say it's wisdom, but I've done a dab before. So this is where we at with it. Just take a little piece. Okay, and this ain't no like super hard shatter, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It's fresh. But it's just a little booger. I mean, a little Dragon Ball. Let's cough it up.
you said a Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Let's cough it up. Gotta get all that out of there. I had just cleaned it out. Want to make sure you get all the alcohol and whatnot out of there. Get the remnants of that out.
How often should you clean it out?
I mean, ideally after every time you hit it, because it'll leave a residue inside of the rig.
Okay.
So you gotta make sure like you got like a Q-tip or something like that you could just dab in some alcohol, boom, clean around in there, make sure like it don't start sticking, because then it'll start looking like this. Like a lot of that is somewhat left over. So let's get money. I'm not gonna heat it up for that long too, because I don't wanna like heat on my non-meat. So that's actually good for me.
We making history right here.
Shit, you ain't making it, you ain't taking it. good.
Blueberry muffin.
It tastes good. There's still something in there. I don't know if you wanna. Oh no, you gotta heat that player. Hold up. Should be hot. See, I'm really not for high temp dabs. Like, I really do want to be able to taste what I'm hitting. Okay. I really, like I said, want to be.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does taste good though.
And that's what if you're going to be smoking some shatter, that's really how you want to be doing it. I would say I'll probably dab at like, maybe like 340, somewhere around there. That way for me, it's not extremely hot. I can still taste what I'm smoking, and you know what I'm saying? It's not like a crazy inflammation on my lungs, because that shit, it does burn. Like when you got somebody sitting there for like 2 minutes just torching that shit, you gotta let it cool down. You gotta let it cool down for at least like a minute and 30 seconds. Then drop
Take
that
it too
in
hot,
there.
yeah.
I've seen people
It'll be burnt right off the top.
I've seen people do temp like 700. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about
I mean, I don't think I'll ever get to that level.
they do competitions up in Phoenix. Like when we went to, I think it was the 710 Cup and the Earl Cup. Like they really got people that you start out doing like probably like a little small gram or so. Then two.
And it go up?
Yeah, and then when you get to the finals, you gotta do a whole slab.
I mean,
each
listen,
time you hitting that shit, I know it's getting you blasted.
I'm showing up to the event, but I'm gonna be on the wall. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So first of all, the champion was a paraplegic. He was in a wheelchair.
yeah.
He was the 3-time champion though. This guy had lungs, and he lost to a kid that was like, I want to say he's probably like 23, but the kid just beat him, bro. Like, just beat him. And they had to do a whole slab, son. I was like, yo, this is incredible.
I wish that I had lungs like that, or like, I mean, like I said, that's not a competition I could see myself in, but
they had a joint rolling competition.
I'm with that.
See, for me, I don't always roll fast. I'm somebody that
it's a time thing. It's not a look thing.
Nah, it's time and presentation. So the person that can roll the blunt the fast.
How long is the time limit?
However fast somebody complete that joint.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so they had that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll see. Then I probably have sucked them.
Nah,
Like
see,
that.
I can roll fast, but
I don't like that kind of pressure.
I don't. The presentation is definitely trash. Like,
You get it.
so, Mr. Ron, where are 3 places that you've been in the world that you were stationed? Singapore,
Alaska,
a lot. Ooh,
and America.
it was cold in Alaska, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What you was doing out there?
My job was what ship. I was a fireman, port starboard, half lookout, fog lookout. My title, I was a helmsman.
What's
I
that?
steered the ship.
Okay, that's dope. In Alaska though, shit.
Freezing all the time.
Yeah, like yo, that's ridiculous. What was it like in Singapore?
I almost didn't come back.
I feel that. Hey, I feel that because they got like a crazy hip hop culture out there in Singapore. Like that's one of the places where they got shopping centers and shit like that where they sell real American sneakers and then they sell bootleg American sneakers and then they got the, I guess what you would call the replicas.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm saying it's all these like different stores and stuff like that. I actually watched a guy on YouTube that he went to Singapore and they got good food out there too, like street food. But I don't really trust what I'm eating out there since, you know, certain things are delicacies to them that we don't. So, and, you know, they don't really speak English like that. So they ain't about to tell you what you eat. You came up to my cart. Eat at your own risk, player. Like, but, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you probably meet somebody out there that, that probably know English, they'll charge you to translate, bro.
That's a fact. Time is money. You gotta be worth my time.
So, I have a question for you.
Oh, what's up?
If you could go to any other state right now for the weed, where you going?
Yo, I'm gonna be real. It's Seattle, Washington.
Washington? How about you, Beats? Same? Washington? Where you going for the best weed? Florida. Ugh. I'm going to Colorado for sure.
I mean, that would probably be my number 2.
Nah, I got one. Weed is just like least expensive out there.
I'm just thinking.
But it's
about,
cold climate
cold.
weed.
That's what I'm thinking about. Just cold. Period.
Listen. Well, I mean, if you go during the right time, it's not cold out there.
Gotcha.
They do have summertime.
I ain't saying. I'm sure they got sometime. I'm not saying I don't want to go there. I'm just.
That's my first stop. I don't want to go.
Colorado's good.
Colorado, bro, it's cold climate weed, and it's cheap. Just like it's cheaper than California because they mass produce out there. You know what I'm saying, and I'm just a fan of cold climate weed.
Have you had cold climate weed at all?
Bro,
have you tried anything?
New York, the sour diesel we used to get back in New York was cold climate weed. That wasn't no imported stuff. That was grown in New York.
And they won't. And it's just
Nah,
for whatever reason
it's
we
dumb
can't
for
get
that,
that
man.
back. So, and I don't understand it.
Nah, it's just
'Cause you knew when somebody was smoking that sour.
Yeah, you can smell. Listen, during block parties, everybody in the hood has some sour. You can smell that joint from my block all the way to where the Barclays was at, and you be like, "Yo, they lit." That is just something about.
Have you ever had that New York sour diesel?
Trust me, you had to be there. That
It was
incredible
a time
for weed.
It was a time.
Incredible
It was
time.
a time.
Oh man, you get your hands on some good piff. How that stink too, man. You get your hand on some haze. Like I had some grapefruit haze one time in my life. Shout out to my brother Wayne, first of all, because at the time I thought I was gonna be the biggest drug dealer in the world. This is how misinformed I was on weed. He like, yo, I ate $50. I'm like, cool. I mustered up the money, got the 50 to him. I come back one day after school or whatever to go pick it up, and I'm like, damn, this shit loud. But what the rest of it at? He said, bro, you said an eighth. I'm like, an eighth of what? He like, an eighth of an ounce. I'm like, oh my God, bro, I thought I was up. I'm thinking that I was about to be the biggest. Bro, I thought I was about to go to Queens and get paid. I'm like, I'm gonna flip this 50, turn this to 150, bro. I see them $5. I am livid, bro. I was livid, but hey, that grapefruit haze, when I say it smelled exactly and hit exactly like some grapefruit, it was pungent. That shit made you cough. Dice don't cough. That shit had Dice coughing. His mom's don't cough. She like, I don't even want to hit that shit no more.
No, nah. If it's a cough, I'm definitely hitting it. I'm definitely hitting it.
It was grapefruit haze. The only place you can find some grapefruit haze right now is, I think, in like Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Places like that. The UK and shit like that, they got the haze game on Smash out there. They got way more hazes than we have out here. Like that's their preferential smoke.
I don't remember. Have we had haze at all so far?
We had the Super Silver haze, but I mean, it's just a pre-roll.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah. I remember that one. I got you.
The Super Silver.
How you feeling, Mr. Ron?
I'm good.
I was hoping that you would have did a dab. I wanted to introduce you, get you acclimated.
You know where I like from 13 to present.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No worries. Hey, it happens. We all got families and things. It happens.
But from 13 to present, I thank God he knows I do it anyway. But for the drugs, thank you, Daddy. You know, there's only a few drugs that I haven't tried, and then there's stuff I don't want to try.
I got
tried
you.
a lot of different. No red light on some of them, but majority of them, green light.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
There you go.
I ain't here to judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
for me, it's only gonna be I tried shrooms, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it didn't do for me what everybody else was describing.
Do you feel like you took enough of it?
Well, yesterday, I think that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. I just popped the whole one. And, you know, they say you shouldn't go out, like, in public places. I walked Brooklyn to Walmart, so I would go get a money order.
And you didn't feel nothing that whole way?
Not the entire way, but when I got back, like I said, when I decided to take a shower and I had the nightlight on in there, it did something.
Gotcha.
So as I was just sitting there in the tub, letting the water hit me, chilling, I'm just like, yo, like this is trippy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is dope. I like this. This is dope. So I definitely I have a few more, and I'm gonna probably pop those. I'm not gonna do them like now, obviously, because gotta go to work, but. On the weekend, yeah, I'm gonna probably smash like 2 of them, throw them in some chocolate, cause they really don't taste bad, but they don't taste good. Like it's not, and the taste it lingers.
Yeah.
You don't like the taste either?
The taste it lingers, right? Like the only thing that I was really able to get that off of was like some dark chocolate. That was the only thing that you could eat that was gonna change and take that flavor away. So if you're gonna eat that joint, eat it with some chocolates. But at least that's how I think. That's how I feel. But they I guess they purple. You know, I guess because they have different colors.
Okay.
So I guess it's like blue, purple. And I don't know. I'm new in this shroom game.
Yeah, that's a whole different
animal. Yeah.
It's a whole different animal.
I'm saying though, you gotta be. It's one of those things where you gotta be in the best possible like headspace to actually do it.
Yeah.
That Brooklyn snapped at the dog on yesterday while we were in Walmart. I ain't even tell you like the dog. They came face to face. They sniffed each other. I guess they both backed up. The dog came forward at Brooklyn. Brooklyn kind of jumped on her.
Yeah.
And the dog just caught Brooklyn on the nose a little bit. Brooklyn just walked away. I was like, all right, I mean, you ain't do nothing wrong, but I'm like, I told you not to go over there and mess with that dog in the first place, because there was another pit bull on him. He's pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, usually Brooklyn don't operate like that. So I wasn't thinking nothing of it, but he was the aggressor in the situation. I was a little shocked. I ain't gonna front, cause he ain't need to defend me or nothing like that. So like, he was just on his bullshit. So Mr. Rollin, you have any kids?
Mm-hmm. Why?
5 kids. Dope. How about, have you ever been to New York?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about Brooklyn?
I don't care for New York at all.
I thought you said we was gonna like this guy. What is it that you don't care about New York?
New Yorkers are like New Jerseyans. New Jerseyans are like Connecticut.
What?
Maine. Only place I didn't cover was
I am flabbergasted right now. We like New Jerseyans? Oh my God, they are like us.
Vermont.
Oh my God. You didn't even say Connecticut. Like, you didn't say the tri-state area.
Are you talking driving?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking driving.
Attitude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Color code.
top. It's all those but there's just something about Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's just. It's the love, man. I'm telling you, like.
I don't think you've been there long enough.
Or actually been with the right people while you were out there.
I met some old girl.
Oh, so you.
No. It's 5 of us.
Okay.
So when you get to Secaucus, New Jersey, you couldn't drive a tractor around. You had to go to the van. If you were there long enough, get a trolley and do what they do.
Okay.
I'm messing around and come aboard the sister and she said something about how you doing. She said, I was fine until I seen you. Kit Kat Club. You couldn't use their bathroom if you wasn't buying something.
Yeah,
That's definitely.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
This guy, he was taking a shower. I guess he had turned the fire hydrant on. 2 women were pimping each other. You know what? Us to get back to the truck. This factory wanted 3 people.
Hold on.
Unpack that.
What you mean they was pimping each other? Like they was trying to hustle each other for the money?
No, one was making the other go do whatever.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So,
literally.
alright. Because you said they was pimping each other, so I thought, like, hold on, you gonna make this money for me, and I'm gonna make this money for you.
I know that. You know, hey, you want a hot dog? Yeah, I'm gonna get you the money. You want soda? Yeah, let me go get you the money.
Oh man. Alright, so continue.
Missouri. That's where I'm from.
St. Louis.
Yeah. I started traveling at age 20, Navy. And from cross-country trucking, I joined it at 29.
Okay.
Did everything. My third wife, we got married in 78. We're still best of buddies. We just don't live together. You know, I go over, wash my clothes or something, eat, stuff like that. And now I got 3 golden rules of life. 1, me and no woman, we're never getting married. It ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna have kids. And we're not gonna live together for 365 days out of the year.
Why did you come to those 3 rules?
Because my life is mine now. You don't belong to nobody.
Okay.
God directs it. I live it.
I understand that.
Definitely.
How does that feel though? To do it? Does it feel free, like empowering? Does it like how does that make you feel?
In that power is understanding.
Knowledge is key.
Right?
That's rule number one. Knowledge itself is also key.
Yeah.
Saying knowing who you are and you know what your calling is.
Yeah.
So more power to you on that. Now I gotta say, this cream savers, solid. We smoked 2 blunts of it, well, a joint and a blunt, and it's solid. The one thing I probably didn't like is it was a little dry when I was breaking it up. Outside of
I
that,
just put it right in the grind. I
yeah.
ain't even.
See, that's one of the main reasons why, like I said, I like to feel
Gotcha.
what I'm smoking.
Gotcha.
That way I know if next time if I do want to throw it in the grinder, alright, this grinder weed, some weed ain't made for the grind.
Like the stickier joints.
Yeah, that you want to break up with your hands.
Yeah.
Like you want to feel that. I'm saying I take pride in that.
You're not in a room, right, Mr. Ron?
Mm-hmm.
But we got something for him to twist up.
We definitely
I
got.
mean, what do you prefer? Do you prefer blunts or papers?
Papers.
Papers, okay. They are the white papers, but they are.
That's exactly.
That was.
Oh, let's get you a little something. So, I actually thought about. Getting some tree junkie.
Yeah.
'Cause what was that we smoked the other night?
Told me the flavor. I can't even remember the name of it.
I don't know what it
It was
was.
Stella. It was Stella.
Yeah, man, the smell on
I'm
that
gonna find out and then I'll get back to you on that.
for sure. The smell on that though.
The
And-
taste of it was just like fruity instantly. It was like something.
Nah, so listen, when he cracked the jar open initially for me to smell it, I was just like, yo, that joint smelled like some Fruit Loops. And he was like, yo, that's what I was thinking. So as I was sitting up there breaking it up in my hand, I'm just like, yo, like, this joint really made me feel like I'm back home. Like, this joint really made me feel like I'm back in the hood, breaking this joint up in my hand and knowing how sticky it is. So by the time I had broke it up, when I gave it to him, when I put it in the dollar form, he was like, at the time I had to take Kenya home, so I was like, I gotta skip this session.
And that's why
I gotta skip this.
I know for one how you feel about Tree Junkie in general. So for you not to have even sampled it that night, I had to ask him like, yo, let me. I got $5. And he gave me more than he was supposed to. He
it was
definitely
for sure
blessed
a
me.
couple
But
of-
I could tell he thought about it. Like he really wanted to smoke that joint for himself, but he definitely blessed me on that.
Shout out to Tree Junkie.
That's a fact.
That joint is solid. I have a question for you, for the voice.
Hey.
How you feeling right now?
I'm pretty baked. I'm
It's
blown.
definitely a little cloud in here for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's hot. We don't have anything on, so we all up on each other. Like
Yeah,
we're all within
huddled up,
arm's
right?
distance.
That's a fact.
So,
I feel good though.
Yeah, I feel pretty good too.
I feel like I could do another little dab, little razzle,
I mean,
but
you gonna take another Dragon Ball?
nah, probably not.
Just a smaller piece.
Nah, probably not. My lungs are saying, bro, you could do another dab. The way I'm set up right now, I don't really want to. I sound like a busted right now. I'm just listening to myself.
Just
I'm
gonna
out here
do
busted.
it.
Just throw a little razzle
How you
in
peer
there.
pressure yourself?
Nah, cause I'm sitting up there looking at it like I want to hit it for sure, but. Nope. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be driving home if I hit that right now. Too. I'd be like, be done.
You gonna cough this one?
That's a good one.
I'm solid.
But it definitely tastes like blueberry. They did that on flavor.
So when when I was working at the dispensary, my job, like they would give us samples. So when I say I had about 9 flavors of different shit, I'm talking about crumble, batter, butter, shatter. Like it was just so many different things, bro. It was like I want to say it was probably like 12 different samples. I want to say 9, but it was 12. It was definitely 12. So I remember I took the picture.
I gave you the love,
Bro, every Friday we was able to, so each of the jars was $5,000. So you was able to take 2. They like, you can get $1,000. Oh, word? Let me get this one and this one. Cool. Oh, there's some butter. And this one over here, some crumble. Throw the crumble inside a joint. Use the butter. Like I was using at the time my candy pen Aura. Oh man. I like have it right there at work. You know what I'm saying? Just oops. Right there in my car. Do a quick little dab, go back out, do security, boom. I'm good for the day.
Did it make you cough?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some of it did and some of it didn't. But oh yeah, for sure.
So by the second time of doing it, that's
Yeah,
when
you can
see
control it.
Got
You can control the cough because you know what to expect. Sometimes when you hit certain concentrates,
That's how I work it out. I was just about to say with the pens, with the vape pens, like
yeah,
that
you gotta be
first
careful with
initial
those.
cough, it kills me. But by like the fifth session and with it, then I know how to
Yeah.
control it because
And you also know how hard to hit that joint.
yeah,
I'm saying you gotta have control. You can't hit everything like it's the same.
It's been a while since I've hit one of those vape pens.
Would you like a filter?
No, I'm good.
He like, man, we ain't use no
Straight
damn
up.
filters back in the day when we were younger. Man, St. Louis, man. Missouri. I can't even imagine what it's like out there. I know it's very small, though. I know it's a very small town.
Got its advantages.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But one thing I know about Missouri is like they held the death rate for a while out there in Missouri. It was pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
There's not many
Missouri is a
programs.
nasty ass state because of the racism bullshit.
You ain't even gotta tell me that. I mean, this state in itself is a little, you know what I'm saying? It's a little tough out here as well for some. When we was walking, somebody just decided to scream the N-word to us out their car. They driving by, but they just had to go out of their way to scream that at us. I'm like, how that make you feel? But I bet you, if you would have stopped at the light, I bet you'd have rolled your window up. For sure.
Didn't want those problems.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've had people at work. I'm saying I had to, when I first started doing caregiving, bro, I had a lady call me a monkey at work. Almost lost it. I mean, I ended up losing my job. She made sure that she told them I threatened her. I'm like, all I told you was just like, why would you say something to me like that here at work when knowing if we were outside, you wouldn't even acknowledge me?
Yeah.
That sound like a threat?
Mm-mm.
So she told him I threatened her. I'm like, this bullshit. But ooh. be sure to just hit that with the lighter before you spark it.
One thing, you know, what I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna patch
What's the patch?
nicotine.
Oh, for cigarette. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I just seen you grab one of them right now. Like,
Yeah, I
but
didn't
you got
run out
it
to smoke
cracked.
yet. I started messing with drugs at a young age, so now they're catching up with me.
I get
You
you.
get what I'm saying?
I get you. Shit. I mean, you don't. Nah, I ain't even. I'm gonna mind my business.
No,
That ain't got nothing to do with. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I feel like it's a difference between asking a personal question that you ask your side and
yeah.
some shit.
Have you
that's
ever
on-
killed anybody? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, you was overseas for 8 years. I mean,
Yeah, but it's still something. That's the last thing you're talking about.
oh for sure. I ain't asking about.
I know.
I don't want to ask about nobody's war, but I know for sure like
I'm
probably-
tell a guy though. And I
okay?
I'm gonna tell you three. Man, first time I bought sex, I had a good buy. You know, all the other girls, just give it to me. Come at this baby, I buy you soda. Come up on this
Bro.
door. She said, $15. And I can shoot some pool, well. This is what those women, there's no fucking way in the world. I told them to sleep with.
out there in
Gorgeous, smart, hustler. Yeah.
But she's selling herself for $15 though. I don't know if that's really hustling. She's losing right now. Nah, yo.
But here's what I know down there. Hey, buddy, yeah.
Yo.
How many times you been
No disrespect, but I don't think they would be smoking that joint. I don't think I really want to smoke that joint.
So, let's just wrap this one up.
Yeah, for sure.
Teenager, Navy, and cross country trucking.
That was the 3.
Yeah, shit, I was lucky. Anyway.
All right, y'all. We gonna bring episode 3 to a close. It's your boy Big Steve.
Up Icky Sticky Kev.
We with Mr. Ron.
Thank you.
And he living.
All right, y'all. We out.
Alright, man. Oh, man.